Welcome to the Beginners Room with me today, everyone. It's Friday, and on Fridays we talk about patterns trading. So basically, we're going to be analyzing chart patterns, try to understand the patterns we'll find, and we'll analyze and trade the market based on these patterns. Now, talking about chart patterns, these are shapes that are formed as the price move based on behavioral pattern of traders. You would see different patterns forming on your chart, and these patterns can give clue as to where the price is likely going to move next. And because we humans, we learn better with visuals. We're able to understand better what we are able to see. And so with that, when we see patterns, it's easy for us to remember these patterns. And because patterns are repetitive, it's easier for us to see them again in the future. All right. So whether you're joining me on YouTube or you're joining me in the beginners room of XM website, today ensure to use the chat box as much as possible. If you have questions relating to what I'm sharing or just what you are trading, you have observed a pattern in a particular instruments, particular time frame you want us to know about, please use the chat box as much as possible. I'm here ready and willing to take a look at these instruments with you. Let's analyze the markets together. All right. So I have opened right now the chart of NZD/USD, and just as I opened the chart, I already can see some patterns there that can give idea to what the price is doing or where the price is likely headed next. Okay. So what I have here on this place, I had initially this pattern. This pattern is called head and shoulders. It's a reversal pattern, bearish reversal pattern. The price broke out here, pushed back up, and then finally another breakout. I probably will be entering with this one. Stop loss could just be above this or the shoulder. And see, you have the potential to make all of this sell. Now, when it got down here again, we have double bottom. Double bottom is like a W pattern. The price broke above it and then it's pushed up. After pushing up for a while, it's now coming to the downside. However, all of this, I still consider correction, and I expect that the price will continue higher again. You will also see that when we have this double bottom, the new low here is higher. It's a higher low compared to when the price was forming and we were having lower lows and lower high. At this point, we started to have higher low and then we have higher high. So what does that signify for us? That the price now is ready to move to the upside. So basically, we are looking at change in the structure of the market using patterns to analyze it. And when there are changes in this structure, it signifies that the price is reversing. So we have different um, chart patterns. Let me show you also from a slide so that you'll be able to understand better what I am trying to talk about. Okay, so we have different chart patterns. We have the ones that will give us idea that the price is reversing, or the ones that would give us idea of continuation. Okay, so what does that mean? When we talk about chart pattern, we have reversal patterns, we have continuation pattern. What does it mean when we say that this is a reversal pattern? It means that we are moving away from one trend into another. Okay, moving away from one trend into another trend. If we are in the market and we are able to analyze our trend, and we can see that this has been an uptrend in market. So maybe market has been moving this way. And then all of a sudden, we have a reversal pattern. A reversal pattern can be just this. Okay, so the price moved up like this, and then it forms what looks like a letter M. That's the shape that is formed, but that's also a reversal pattern. It's double top. It's known as double top when we talk about patterns. And as that breaks out, as it breaks below the last low here, what do we have? We have a change in direction, because at the breakout here, already a lower low is created. That lower low that is created gives me an idea that we are now moving away from we are supposed the characteristics that I would see when we are in an uptrending market. We are now having that of a downtrending market, because in a downtrending market, what do we see? What gives us idea that we are in a downtrending market? When we have lower lows and lower highs, the tops and the bottoms are lower. So the keyword is lower, right? In an uptrending market, the keyword is higher. We have higher tops and higher bottoms. However, when the market has been giving that higher tops and higher bottoms, and all of a sudden it changes and it starts to give lower tops, lower bottoms, what do we say? That the trend has changed. So in that case, this kind of pattern is a trend reversal pattern. We also can see a continuation pattern. A continuation pattern will be such that gives us idea that yes, we are just correcting and the price is likely continuing in the same established trend direction. And what is that? Could be something like this. So the price has been in an uptrend and then it start to start to go down like this. This can be called a bullish flag pattern. What do we expect? A resumption of the trend by the price breaking above this flag area, which is the descending channel there. When the price breaks above the resistance of it and continue higher, that is considered a continuation. And so before it breaks, by the time I see this kind of pattern forming, the price is consolidating, is moving to the downside against the direction, which is bullish. The impulse moves we've been having are bullish. And then all of a sudden, I'm seeing this corrective wave. That is a continuation pattern. So I'll just be waiting for it to break above the resistance to do a buy, continuing the trend that has been established. And then when it got up and it forms a double top like this, that one is a reversal pattern and it can help me change direction. So you can imagine what it would be like if I understand both reversal and continuation patterns. I can find trades from time to time using just these patterns. I will be able to know that, okay, this is still continuing, the trend is still continuing, or the trend is changing. So I can use continuation pattern to find an entry where we are still in that trend, when the trend is still continuing, and I can get reversal pattern to enter when the trend is changing. All right. So that's it. This is what it means when we talk about both continuation and reversal pattern. All right. So today we'll just be looking at what we see on the chart, and we'll be able to tell what kind of pattern it is and make our decisions based on whatever pattern we have that is forming. At this time, I really can't see a clear pattern here other than that the market is still pulling back. The last low has not been taken out. So when the price resume and start to go up, I'll need to see something that would also show that the price is ready to continue. Maybe I see a reversal pattern from this move to the downside, maybe from a lower time frame. That would give me a reason to go ahead and do the buy. Okay, that's for NZD USD. I have GBP AUD. Let's see if it is still something I want to hold for the move to the downside that it is doing at the moment. Okay, so this is GBP AUD. I have a sell there. I had done the sell somewhere here. The price pushed up, right? But initially we had a downtrend in market. However, we have this move to the upside. Before that move happened, what did we have? We had this pattern here. This pattern here is a bullish reversal pattern from a downtrend, expecting that the price would move up. The price did move up sharply to the upside, and then it forms again another reversal pattern. This one is bearish reversal, showing that the trend is also going to move away from this small uptrend here back into a downtrend. So it broke below, moved up, down, and then what are we seeing at the moment? This pattern that I'm seeing here is considered a bearish continuation pattern. We're in a bearish trend, and then we're seeing a bearish flag pattern. A bearish flag pattern shows me that the trend is going to continue bearish. So what happens? I hold on to my sell. I have a sell there, and so I have a reason to hold on to it because the pattern I am seeing is a bearish continuation pattern. So I'll be looking for the price to break below, and If I do not have a trade already, or if I want to add to my trade, I do a sell. In fact, in that case, if the price breaks below the support, um, that would give me a reason to move my stop loss from where it is into even below the break even, above the last high. This would then be the last high. So if the price goes to break below here, then this would be my last high. I move the stop loss there and I enter a second trade, adding to the trade that I already have ongoing. Because if I am just coming into the market at that time, I will still be looking to go bearish, right? So knowing patterns can give me an idea of when to how to manage my trade, when to enter, when to exit, and all that, whether to add to my trade, whether to move my stop loss, all of that. Um, Patterns, understanding pattern can give me that opportunity. All right. So what I'll be waiting for is the breakout from this consolidation. In this case, what do we have? Ascending channel. If I'm just looking at where I have highlighted here, if I want to add the last move down, this will be it, and that will give me a bearish flag pattern, which if the price continues lower, I'd expect it at least to get towards where my take profit had been. But in that case, I may even have the opportunity of adding an extra and another entry, adding to the trades that I already have ongoing. Okay, so that's it. If you do notice, if you also have I've noticed this, or you have a trade in this, what do you think about it? Is it something you would want to trade if you are seeing it like this, or how would you be trading it? The last chart there is 9:36. Okay, so that should be for the last session. All right, so that's it. For this one, I'm waiting for a breakout to add to the trade, but my bias at the moment is also bearish. If I am just coming into the market, I probably will be waiting for the breakout to happen so that I will enter. But because I'm in the trade already, we'll hold on to the trade and see what it does from here, how much movement it does from here. So let's go to another instrument and analyze the patterns we can see. So you would see we have multiple reversal patterns here, and then currently we are having continuation pattern forming. Let's see Aussie USD. Aussie USD from the higher time frame, it's been an uptrending market, but it's at a point where it looks like it's trying to correct. On the daily time frame, it's also around this level where, like a resistance level broken. Yesterday's candle had closed like a shooting star, and today's candle is already bullish. So, sorry, bearish. So it might mean that we will have a change in direction. We have a pattern here on the 4-hour, which is evening star candlestick formation, showing that the price wants to move on down. And what has happened? The price has moved down. However, this is also still like a pullback. What pattern do I have here? At the points we had this inverted head and shoulder, a bullish reversal pattern. Price was falling and then it formed inverted head and shoulders. At this point, a good entry point. If you do your entry there, probably this would have been a good place to have taken your profits. If you haven't, at this time, this still looks like pullback because this was our last low. And all of this are still just correcting against all that. It is possible this is still just correction and we see a continuation again anytime soon, giving us opportunity to join the buyers again. So we'll wait and see what happens from this area where we are. I'm considering what we have a reverse or a pullback, all right, in which case we'll be looking to see a continuation from that pullback. The price has been pulling back, and then we'd like to see the price making continuing from there, moving away from there and making a continuation. Okay, Peter, good to have you here. How are you doing, Peter? Um, Yes. Good morning, guys. Good morning, Olu. Of course, you're not guys. Yes, I'm not guys. This is Olu. Yes. All right. Welcome, Peter. I guess I was in the XM live room earlier. That's why I didn't see most of the chats you already have. All right. Welcome. What are you trading today, Peter? I know you love gold, so let's take a look at gold together and see what pattern we can find over there.